All right, welcome to part 2 of the SRAG. I am Zach Irvin, some random Army guy, that's SRAG. Our first video is going to be, so you're in the military and you are looking for your retirement, you're looking for your exit, you're looking for your exit strategy, you're gonna exfil, you're gonna E&E out of there, you're done. You've been sitting in a meeting and your boss looked at you and said something, and instead of coming over the table at him, you've just had that realization, hey, it's time for me to retire. So let's talk about that. This is going to be about 4 minutes of uninterrupted talk. We're going to talk about how to plan for that military retirement, some of the things that I did that made my retirement successful, but this is dual purpose. If you saw my first video, please go back and watch it. Would love that. Articulation training is the other part of this. So I run another YouTube channel. We talk about pew-pews. It's very mediocre, but to elevate that content, to elevate my presence on that, I am starting this new channel and hoping to give back a little bit to the veteran community. So here we go. At 2 years out, you should start having a plan to retire at 2 years out. I'm also a hand talker, so 2 years is up here, retirement date is down here. So at 2 years, you should be identifying when you want to retire. 2 years to 18 months is, I believe, your sweet spot to get everything laid in properly that you need to retire. So at 2 years, you should be going to your service. If you're an officer, I had to request, oh, there was my first one, dang it. At 18 months to 2 years is your sweet spot. As an officer, I had to go request from my service to retire. I don't know what that is for senior NCOs, so hopefully some senior NCOs in the comments will watch this and offer that advice. Also, if you want to come on this channel and have a kind of a live conversation back and forth, we can do that too. That'd be awesome. Actually, that's a great idea because I had it. So 18 months to 2 years, you're going to be requesting to retire. You're going to be getting all that paperwork in, and you're going to be determining where you're going to retire out of. I was on an Air Force base at a combatant command, so I did not have an Army installation close to me. The closest one was Fort Leavenworth, and that was a 3-hour drive. So I had to get all of my documents from there, but I'm skipping a few steps. 18 months to 2 years, you're going to need to doing your TAPS. You're going to need to be looking at what job you have, how you can start to disengage from that job, and if you want to go back and work for that installation or anything like that, you need to figure out how to disengage from that job yet not alienate yourself. You know, you don't want to be the person on the ROADS program. ROADS is called Retired on Active Duty, for those of you who don't know. You don't want to be that person, because if you want to come back, you'd like the people you work with, or you know, you want to continue doing some manner of that job in a civilian capacity. Again, alienation is something that you cannot afford to do. So that's at your 18 months, 2 years to 18 months. You're also going to want to start getting a calendar. So 18 months to 2 years, you can look at like a 6-month calendar. Once you get to your, I'd say 18 months to 12 months there, you're going to want to start mapping out by month what you need to do. You should be doing your TAPS classes, you should be doing your executive retirement, things like that. You should also be financially planning. When you retire, when you hit your terminal leave date, you should be, other than a mortgage, maybe a car payment, you should be debt-free. You should have no debt. You should really strive for that, because that will lessen a lot of the immediate financial stress that's going to be put on you. So if you can do that, I would highly recommend doing that. As you look at TAPS, take advantage of those resources. So I would take TAPS at 2 years, and then I would do TAPS again at 12 months. It'll be a little painful, but sitting through there will be worth it. They will give you a very thick book, and they also have it linked in, they will give you a link to the website for that VA book. So there's a book of all the VA benefits you get. Do not skip that. take the painful amount of time to read through that book. Those are benefits that you are entitled to. You're not skimping, you're not getting a freebie. You know, there's no sense of like, you should have no sense of moral dignity or outrage or anything like that. These are things that are entitled to you. These are benefits that are entitled to you. You've sacrificed yourself for 20 years, 20 plus years. Now people need to give back to you. That's one of the things that we signed up for. So you need to swallow a little bit of your pride and understand those benefits, because they are very helpful. Everything from getting your kids through school to taking care of you as you're going to get older and as your joints start to tighten up, all that stuff, it will happen to you. All right, that's VA. Go to your medical installation. There are several different ways you can get your medical records. You can get a one-time electronic dump. Like I said, there's another way. The way I would recommend it is getting a CD. So you're going to have basically a cutoff point. Get that CD. Go through, take a week and go through your entire medical file, but you need to go through chronologically. So what I did was sat down and wrote out all of my installations that I was at by date, and then I would search that file by date. I forgot I broke a leg on a jump. How do you forget you broke a leg? But I did, because so much happens to you in your military career. I forgot I broke a leg. So go through and document all that. That will be important, because video number 3, which will be coming up, is the importance of your VA exit appointments. When you get your disability evaluation, when you start going for that. So that will be video number 3. That will probably go much longer than 5 minutes, but it won't be as scatterbrained as this one. I will have points written down. I don't know if that's cheating on articulation training or not, but we will have, because that one's very important. I will make sure that I have points written down about that. So that should take you, getting your medical records, that should be about your 12-month to 6-month time. And then at 6 months, you need to be planning almost, 6 to 3 months, you can still do a monthly calendar. At 3 months, you need to be down to the day. You need to be planning the days out. And all of that is going to the date that you will start your terminal leave. And then you also need to track past that to your separation date. You will have a lot of appointments. You will have a lot of job interviews, hopefully, if you want a job. If not, hey, that's great. But that's what you need to do. So I would say the important parts there is understanding your 2-year window to retirement. During that 2-year window, you need to be in constant communication with your commander, senior leader, whoever you support, to talk about, hey, I am going to be disengaging from this job. We need to talk about my replacement. We need to talk about my evaluations. We need to talk about if you want me to come back and work for you as a civilian, because sometimes there are weird things like that happens. So you need to know that, and you need to be aware that your retirement, if you're one of those people who is leaned on heavily, your retirement can cause resentment, and you need to know how to combat that. That'll be another video as well. Hopefully this has been helpful. This is kind of cathartic talking about this. This is a little bit longer video. Thanks for watching. And I promise the next video will be talking about how to set up that VA disability appointment. Take care. Thanks for watching. Sarg out.